to everyone. What a great turnout. I'm very excited so many of you are joining me tonight. So if you didn't catch, we are going to be talking about the Petal Garden Designer Series paper. I love this little paper stack. You get these 6x6 sheets. There are 12 sheets, 12 patterns, I should say, and you get 4 of each. So you're getting a lot of paper in this stack. But here's the thing I want you to notice. There are patterns that you get the same pattern, but different colors. So I have this one in Sweet Sugar Plum, and then I believe that's a Calypso Coral. I have 3 patterns in this Giant Rose. Beautiful, beautiful pattern here. Isn't that gorgeous? This one is one of my favorites. Let me go ahead and move those out of the way so I can show you. This one is one of my favorites. I just love this pattern. I think it's so pretty. It is, isn't it? And so we've got a Sweet Sugar Plum and Pool Party with that one. And then these last ones are just kind of some random patterns that we have, okay? Now here's the thing. We flip all these over and we have something totally different. So I'm going to bring these back in, because now I want you to see how nice the other side is. Because as we work with this One Sheet Wonder, and hey, give me a shout out if somebody is brand new to One Sheet Wonder. You have no idea what I'm talking about. I want to hear from you. Send me some loves if you have no idea what I'm talking about. So these are the other patterns here. See, very, very pretty. So it's all double-sided. And, but I love that we have kind of a real pattern on one side, and then we have a solid-ish, or a monochromatic, I should say, on the other.
Some love.
Sitting some love. Awesome.
They didn't know what the One Sheet Wonder thing
I'm
was.
so excited. So let me go ahead and show you where this is in the catalog. So this is on page 187. Let me see if I can make sure that's there in the camera shot. This paper, or Petal Garden Designer Series paper stack. Boy, there's a mouthful. 48 sheets in all. As I said, you get 4 each of 12 double-sided designs. So let me tell you, what I'm going to show you tonight is how to create 3 cards using just one sheet. So you can see, I don't know, I can't do the math. That's a lot of cards you can make out of 1 sheet. Don't ask me to math. It's not something that I do. And if I did, I wouldn't do it well. All right, now, before I get too far into it, I want to share one other thing with you. And that is kind of just basically the designs and how this works. So I have some templates made up. And I know you guys are going to want this template, and I'll tell you about that at the end. Jenny, don't let me forget to tell them there at the end.
About templates?
About templates.
Okay.
Remind me on templates. So here is the template for that first sheet, this one right here. Again, you can do it in either the blue or the Sweet Sugar Plum. And I'm going to be teaching you how to cut up that piece of cardstock, or that piece of Designer Series paper, so that you can create the different cards. And you can see I have different templates here for each one, making it super easy. We like easy, right? Okay, that's what we're going to do. Now we're going to create 6 cards tonight, all right? And we're going to use 2 sheets of Designer Series paper to do that. All right, so if you guys have any questions as I start working, shout them out. Jenny's going to jump in there and she's going to help me. So basically, I'm going to start with this one right here, and I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Trimmer, because we're going to do some cutting, because I want you guys to see how easy this is to do. So my stamp set for my cards tonight, for this set of cards, I should say, is Sorry for Everything. Guys, what a great stamp set. I mean, it's really sad that, you know, I need a stamp set that says sorry, but I feel like I have to say that a lot. But we have a lot of really great sentiments in here. Sorry to see you go. Sorry for your loss. Sorry for the loss of your furry friend. Sadly, literally right before I got online, I got a message that a very dear friend of mine just lost her, what are those big poodles called? The big, somebody shouted out to me, but those wonderful, tall, gorgeous poodles. So I want to send her some happy mail tomorrow. So for the loss of your furry friend, that'll be one I can use. Here's one Connie uses a lot. Sorry I missed your birthday. The celebration continues. Connie always forgets birthdays. Thank you, Facebook, for saving me. But that's the stamps that I'm going to be using tonight.
They're called standard poodles.
Standard poodles. Thank you. I knew I would. Yeah. Thank you so much.
A lot of
yeah.
people knew that.
Okay. Well, you know, Connie didn't. Hey, real quick, what's your drink of choice tonight? I've got my hot tea here. I am enjoying a cup of lime and the coconut green tea tonight. So, I might have to wet my whistle a lot. I'm taking some medication that causes my mouth to get really, really dry. So, I'm about to start cutting, and I want to bring my template in because I want to share with you how this works. If you can see, I got a yellow highlighted line here. That means start here. Okay, so where I have that yellow line, that's where you're going to want to start. And I need 1/4 inch by 6 inches. You're giggling. What did they say?
Well, they're telling you what their drink tonight is.
Okay, what are we drinking?
Couple teas, coffee. Josette's drinking wine.
All right, Josette. You're my kind of girl.
Water, sweet tea, half and half. Dr. Pepper, lots of tea. So
Lots of tea. Oh, good. So I got a lot of people drinking tea. All right. Well, I've got my first cut, that 1/4 inch by 6 inches. And bringing my template in, you can see I need 2 of those. So I'm going to go ahead and get those 2 done. Now, this is another great opportunity for me to bring my template in. You notice that my template is exactly 6 by 6. So you can lay those pieces out and make sure that you're cutting things correctly. So now that we've got those 2 cut, we're ready to go to this side. So I need to rotate my designer series paper, and I need 1/4 inch and then 1/2 inch. So let me rotate, and we're going to do 1/4 inch. Here's the other great thing about these templates. If you were to cut something wrong, no big deal. What you're going to see once we start using these, it doesn't matter if you make a wrong cut. It's not the end of the world. It's just how we're going to be using them. All right, so I've brought those 2 in, and now you can see I need 1 3/4 inch on my last 3 pieces. So let's go ahead and cut 3 pieces at 1 3/4. Hey, did you guys notice that when I cut my designer series paper, I always bring my blade down here? I always start at the bottom. Let me tell you why I do that. Because as I cut, if I were to bring it up here and cut down, I run the risk of my cardstock or my paper, whatever I'm cutting, shifting or moving on me. But when I cut upwards, I'm pushing it into that little blockade up there. Helps me make sure I get my cuts all nice and straight. All right, so let me set my Stampin' Trimmer out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this back in, and I can see I've got all my little pieces perfectly cut. Everybody with me? That's really easy, and that just makes it really nice and fun. Now we're going to bring in some cardstock, and I'm going to work on my first card for tonight. I have a piece of Sweet Sugar Plum, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 inches. And I have a piece of Whisper White, and this is cut... Ooh, you know what? I better check for you. That is 5 1/4 by 2 1/8 inch. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be using one of these, and I'm going to be using one of the strips. Okay.
A lot of people like your cutting tip.
I know, it's a good cutting tip. I like that one. All right. So now let's bring in our stamp set. So I'm going to stamp Sorry, and I'm going to do that in Sweet Sugar Plum ink. Can you see how huge this is? It's a really great stamp. So, and I've got this kind of odd lighting, and then I don't want to put my head into the camera shot. So hopefully I'm stamping straight. So there we go. Sorry. You notice how dark that is? If you'll give it a little bit, I promise you it's going to lighten up. So let's say Sorry to See You Go. Oh, you know what? I didn't get that one out for some reason. Jenny, will you get out Sorry to See You Go?
Yes.
But that's okay. I'm going to say Sorry for Your Loss. Because you know what? I need that one for my friend anyway. So we're going to say Sorry for Your Loss.
There you go.
Okay, thank you, Jenny. All right, so we've got that stamped. Now, guys, we're already ready to put this card together. Yes, it really does go that fast. So, little snail. And we're going to attach this here at the bottom of that Sweet Sugar Plum card. There we go. We're going to take our pretty cut designer series paper. You know, I almost hate to put snail on the back of that because that paper's so pretty. And I'm going to just line this up here at the top. Make sure I get it on there straight. Now I'm going to take this little strip and I'm just going to add it here. Now, do you notice it's longer than my card? Remember, this was that 6x6 piece. We're just going to cut it down here in a minute. So let me just add some little dots of snail. Ooh, not on my paper. And now I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to trim off that excess. Now, that's really pretty and all, but how about we add just a little bit of ribbon? So I have just a little bow here with the Sweet Sugar Plum striped, and I'm going to bring that in with a glue dot.
You're getting lots of likes.
Ooh, yay, people are loving it. Yay! Thank you guys, I appreciate that very much. Let's just add that right there. Boom, drop mic. We have our first card done. Awesome, let's move on to the next one. And, oh, here, you know what, before I do, let me show you. This one is the exact same card, only that's the one that is done with the Pool Party Designer Series paper. So you can see you're going to be able to do a lot of different cards. All right, our next one, are you ready? We have got a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 inches. Let's take another piece of our Designer Series paper, and we're going to take another one of those strips. This one's going to be really easy too. And this one, let's see, this one will say, sorry, I missed your birthday. You know what, before I stamp, I think I'm going to go ahead and put this one together first, just so I can see where I'm stamping. And I could flip this over, and I could use the Pool Party side, but you know what, I want to use this side. So we will attach that there. We're going to take that strip just like we did before. And again, this one will need to be cut down just in the same way. And we will attach that. It just kind of allows me to cover up that seam, and it gives it just a nice little burst of another color. So we can trim off the excess there. All right, now let's do some stamping. So I'm going to come back in with my Sweet Sugar Plum ink. I'm going to stamp. Let me get this. There we go. I'm going to stamp.
They're loving that you're using this with a 6x6.
I know it is. It's just that one 6x6. And then this one, let's do, sorry, I missed your birthday, because you guys, I just pretty much told you I'm always going to need that one. Sorry, I missed your birthday. The celebration continues. I know that looks dark. Give it a minute. I promise that will dry lighter. It does, it does, it does. Okay, now we're going to come in with another bow, because I just love how those bows look. So where did I put my glue dots? And we can just add one of those. No, I'm not going to be trying to make this card in 8 minutes like I did a couple weeks ago. All right, there's our other card. Let me bring in. This is the one in Pool Party. And you can see with this one, I use the baker's twine, the Pool Party baker's twine, but it's really pretty too. So there is the next card. Let's make our last one. This is actually kind of one of my favorites. And this piece of cardstock is 8 inches, scored at 4 inches. Nope, I'm going to take that back. We're going to go this way. Let's take it this way. So, it's fine. You know what? I'm just going to start all over. What I have is a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then what I did is I cut 1 inch, or half an inch, forgive me, half an inch off. And we're going to be using that piece. And that's going to leave me this little space. Now, if you remember, whoops, I just hit my light. Sorry about that. You remember we had this little 1/2 inch piece that we cut off. We're going to attach that right there.
We got a couple questions.
Questions, go.
Someone asked the stamp set being used. Samantha asked what stamp set it is.
This is called Sorry for Everything. I love it. It's just sentiments, so I can use Designer Series paper. I can use flowers, whatever I want to do. I can just, you know, add another stamp set to it. But it's such a great set. And I'm sorry, I'm not in a position to look up the page number, but if you'll just look in the index of the catalog, you'll find that one. It's awesome.
You can look it up?
Yeah, sure, Jenny, that'd be great. There's an index in the back.
Someone asked what the yellow ribbon on your glue dots were. I know we got this question
We did. We got this one last time. This is just a piece of ribbon that holds that flappy thing on my glue dots back. That way, well, you know how they'll sometimes unroll? So it just holds it, and then when I'm done, I can just tear it, and then I'm ready to go with the next one, and that ribbon just will slide around my glue dots. I know, great little idea.
This sentiment is on page 98, right?
98. Yep, let me bring it in.
Okay.
There we go, page 98. Look, some really great samples with that one too. Really good stamp set. Good question. Okay, so we've got those. I should have 2 pieces of designer paper left. Yay, I've got that one and I've got this one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this scrap and I'm going to attach it right here. And it's going to be used as just kind of a little, I don't know. Come on, snail. Boy, it's just
65 people watching
165
right
of you. Thank you guys for giving up your Wednesday night for me. I hope you're excited to learn some new things. And I love one-sheet wonders. I always have. I think they are just the best. Okay, we're going to take this piece here. I hope you're loving these cards. I love to give cards as a gift. And so I love being able to create so many of them with just a paper stack. It's awesome. All right, now we can take our little extra piece. Do you love how we use the scrap that we cut off? And we're going to use it on our card because we don't waste anything at Simply Simple Stamping. You guys know that. All right, let's just add that kind of here off to the side. Isn't that pretty? All right, I have a piece of 1 inch by, I believe it's 4 inches, and just some Whisper White. I'm going to slide that into my triple banner punch. One of my favorites because I can't punch a banner straight to save my life. So I always like having that. I'm going to move the flag going to the right side, and I'm going to stamp this one in the Pear Pizzazz. I wish I could make everything better. I know. I wish I could make everything in Texas better, that's for sure. And I didn't.
My senior quote.
All right, now to add this, I'm actually going to bring in a couple Stampin' Dimensionals.
Oh, we got another person from Australia.
Another from Australia. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Because I know you guys are probably like, I don't know, 2 in the morning or something. All right, I wish I could make everything better. Oh, here's the cool thing about this one. I like this one to hang off so that it's kind of hanging off my card. That's really cool, huh? I like that. Now I have just got a ribbon knot. I decided not to go with a bow on this one. It was going to be a little bit much. So let's just use a little ribbon knot. And we're just going to add that right there. And let me bring in the pool party version. What do you guys think? 3 cards. We did 3 cards with just 1 sheet of designer series paper. Yay us. All right, so you can see on my next template, I've got my paper and I've got my diagram here. You guys remember what I said about that yellow line? That's always my first cut. Let me bring in my Stampin' Trimmer again. I just love creating these. So my first cut, and I do want to pay attention to my pattern. And I actually have that in my notes. The pattern should look like you've cut off a single stripe. So that means I want to cut it this way. So I need 1/2 inch. And let's take it from this side. And I do that just because I'm looking at this. So what I meant by a single stripe is I didn't want all these little stripies. I want one long one. And I need 1/2 inch. I just did 1/4 inch. Yay, me! But do you guys remember what I said? It's not gonna matter. So you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and cut again. I'm gonna find a way to make it work. Not a big deal. There's always a way to work around it, okay? I kind of like it when I make mistakes. So, all right, so bringing my paper back in. See, this is what happens when I try to talk and cut at the same time. All right, over here, we're gonna start and we're gonna cut 1.5 inches by 5.5. So let me rotate my cardstock. So we're gonna go 1/2 inch. I'll get it right this time. Woo, look what Connie did. All right.
You get lots of work.
Good, I'm glad somebody else makes stupid mistakes when they cut, but here's the thing. It's not even a stupid mistake. I'm gonna find a way to tie it into the card. Not a problem. Let's cut 1.5 inches. And we'll cut right, whoops, see, I almost did it again. 1.5 inches, I'm gonna bring my blade down, cut up, there's that one. Now, what is remaining? And remember, we said that we can just lay these pieces back onto the template. My creative cutting right here, yeah, love that. Okay, so here's my last one, 4 inches by 5.5. And do you see I have cut at an angle? No need to measure it, just cut. This is going to blow your mind because I know some of you can't stand to like not measure. Watch this. Wham! It doesn't matter. What just happened? We're just cutting at an angle. It doesn't matter what, where, just cut. All right, we're just gonna have fun. All right, so there's our pieces. So I have all my little pieces here. Now let's go ahead and start to create. Are you ready? Let's do it. Okay, so for my first card, I have got a piece of sweet sugar plum cardstock that is 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2 inches. I have a strip 1 inch by 4 inch, and that one is going to also get cut in my triple banner punch. Okay, guys, this one's pretty easy. Are you ready? I'm going to attach this floral right here on the side. I don't try to line up patterns. I want it to be random. So when I lay this one out, yeah, it's not even lining up, and that's good because I don't want it to. I just like the random look. All right, let's go ahead and let's bring it down this way. Now let's bring it. Yeah, it's a Connie thing, I know. And I'm just going to leave myself, what is that, about 1/4 inch there. Isn't that already so pretty? All right, for this one, I want the flag going to my left side, and I'm going to bring in, oh, let me show you the stamp set I'm going to use for this one. I'm going to use the stamp set Just Add Text. So this is another Just Sentiment stamp set, okay? And we're going to be using these 3 stamps on this card. Here's the thing, guys, it doesn't matter what stamp set you use. Get creative, use whatever makes you happy. Let's see, I think I'm going to stamp this one in Pear Pizzazz. You notice I'm also just using 2 ink pads. I'm not even going crazy with ink pads. So next time you think of wonderful things, don't forget to count yourself. Guys, I'm going to bring this down because I can't quite see if I'm stamping straight. And on that last card, I kind of stamped it. Oh, that's just, no, that will not do. I'm sorry. We're going to do that again. So if you see the top of my hair, oh, please work. Oh, my heavens. I can't. Well, okay, guys, you're gonna have to live with it. I don't know if I can do it. Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm gonna go fix that. You know I won't leave that. I will just take snail adhesive and attach that to this card, but it won't stay like that. We're gonna fix that one. All right, so I wanted to bring this paper back in, if I can find it. There we go. This is the one that there's actually 3 sheets that work with this card, okay? So that one is in Blushing Bride, and then I used the Fresh Fig actually on that one. I could have used Fresh Fig on that. In fact, maybe I will. All right, so that is the other card there. Now I'm gonna bring in my next one, and this one is actually Fresh Fig, and it is also cut 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2 inches. And then I have a piece of Whisper White that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I want you to notice when I cut my paper here, one is much bigger than the other. So I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to do my bigger one. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to blow you guys' minds. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these 2 together, and then I'm going to decide what stamp set to use. Yep, let's do that. And again, like I said before, whatever stamp set makes you happy. It really doesn't matter which one you use. These are just the ones that I chose. I'm not going to put that one together, but let me go ahead and grab the other one, which is the exact same thing. Okay, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. A piece of Whisper White that is 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to go ahead and just adhere our designer paper to these. Then I will bring in my stamp sets. And here's what's kind of fun. Whatever I do may not be what you want to do. I can stamp it this way. I can flip it around, and I can put my sentiment down here. So you have some real options. I can do it sideways. I can put my sentiment here. Get creative. All right, so you know what? I said I was just going to use those 2 ink pads, but I think I'm going to go ahead and bring in that Fresh Fig because it's going to really bring out that deep purple color. So let's go ahead and bring in Fresh Fig here, guys. And I'm going to start with this, well, let's put it right side up, Connie. That would, you know what? The way it's going, I would do that. I appreciate everything you do. Let's go ahead and ink that one up really well. You notice this is a solid image stamp. Take a look at it. Make sure there's no little fuzzies, no little puppy hairs and things on it. Let's make sure that's good. And you want to make sure you've got a really good stamped image. You know what? I see like a little fuzzy there. Let me see if I can get that off. You know, I do. I have dogs, so I pick up little fuzzies. There we go. I got it. And I don't want that to end up, you know, on my card. All right, let's go ahead and take this one. I'm going to do this one on the shorter one, and I'll put it down here at the bottom. Another tip I like when it comes to solid image stamps, stamp it, press it, hold it there for just a second, especially with dark ink. Really let that ink kind of soak in there, okay? And then it looks like that. It looks so pretty. Okay, so let me set that one right here while I go ahead and stamp the other one. And I'm going to do the You Are So Beautiful to Me. And this one, let's see. Yeah, I'll just stamp it right here at the top. Shouldn't stamp with the cardstock underneath me. Oh, and again, I hope I'm getting it straight. If not, I'll probably cry. Hey, I got it straight. Woohoo! Okay, send me some love because Connie stamped it straight. Now, at this point, I would probably go and color in these flowers and these leaves. I will probably do that later. Hey, you remember those pieces that I miscut? We're going to tie both of those in because I cut wrong. Yay! So I'm going to lay these.
Lots of love.
Look at this. Oh, yay. I'm so glad you guys are liking it.
Getting it on straight.
From getting it on straight. I know, right? So you can see what we're going to do. I'm just going to add those. And creative opportunity came about from my bad cutting. And I'm literally just lining it up right with that seam. I'm not covering the seam, just lining it up. Little snippy here. Why didn't you snip? There we go. Little snippy here. Let's do the same thing. Well, okay, I threw it on the floor. All right, let's try that again. And we can just add this one. Huh, I'm actually loving that I messed up on the cutting and it's gonna work to my benefit. All right, so we can add that one again. I'm just lining it up right there on the seam. All right, snippy snippies, here we go. 1 and 2. Get that out of my way. Let's put together a couple cards. It's just that easy. So let's put this one. I don't think it matters which cardstock I put them on, but we'll do that one. And I will not take the time to sit there and color in those flowers, but not to worry. I'm going to show you one done. So there are my 2 cards finished. Let me go ahead and show you the other ones with the other paper. Oh, see, look, I flipped it around. Again, I used my mistake right there. And then this is the other one. Oh, look, and on this one, I actually flipped the paper around. I decided, well, I just couldn't, yeah, I just love this paper so much. But you can see there's where, if I had cut it correctly, I would have used that 1/2 inch piece right there, and it kind of boosted the color on those. So there we go. You can see how beautiful that stamp is when those flowers have been colored in. All right, guys, there we go. Let me close up some ink pads real quick. And that is my one sheet wonder. Now, I only gave you 6 of the cards because we'd be here all night if I did all of them. But what I want to tell you about is how you can get the templates to create more cards. Oh, you know what? Let me bring in the other cards. Why not? You guys want to see them, right? So I have Thanks Kindly.
Someone asked what stamp set it is.
This one here is One Big Meaning. The last one I used was Just Add Text. That was the one I just finished up. This one is One Big Meaning. And you can see I did the exact same thing as you guys probably are recognizing, and you're figuring out where I'm going. So there we go in the purples and the blues. And another one there. These are great thank you cards. How many of you are processing in your little brains right now going, this would make a good gift? Because you could put all these cards together. You really can. I got another one. And this is Thankful Thoughts, a really great stamp set. and I did these 2 cards. Again, is this the most gorgeous paper? And then I used that copper trim ribbon on that one. So pretty. And again, I have such great color combinations. And there's just a simple little thank you card. So guys, that is what I have tonight. Again, we just did 2 of them, but I mentioned at the beginning of the video that you might want to get a hold of these templates. And let me tell you how you can do that. If you go to simplysimplestamping.com starting September 1st, okay, starting September 1st, I will have this tutorial available for free when you place a $20 order at simplysimplestamping.com. You'll find the online order button in the upper right-hand corner. You can get this tutorial for free. Guys, there are photos. It's so much more than just this, okay? I think it's like a 15-page tutorial. I have photos of all these cards. I have descriptions and the diagrams. I have basically a complete tutorial. I'm going to walk you through how I put together each card. So there's no guessing. You're going to have everything that you need, and you're going to be able to get that. It's just one of those things that I like to gift to you when you place an order with me. When you're there, and again, I'm sorry you have to wait till September 1st, but I have to finish up my August and what we're offering right now. But if you wait until September 1st, be sure to look for a host code. If you guys have ever placed orders at Simply Simple Stamping, and you'll see that host code. Well, when you use that host code, if your order is under $150, this is one of those things that helps me tremendously. And if it's under $150, use that host code, and that's going to earn you this tutorial. But if your order is over $150, don't use the host code. No hosty code. In fact, you know what? As I finish telling you this, I'm going to flip my camera back around.
And people overseas by the tutorial.
Yes. Yep. That's where I was just about to go, because I do have a lot of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators who want to get a hold of this tutorial. And my overseas people, I love you, and I'm so sad that you can't order. But we are limited here in the United States. I can only sell in the United States. But if you go to simplysimplestamping.com on September 1st, is that tomorrow?
No, Friday.
Friday.
So one more day.
Okay,
One more
day. One day more, another day, another destiny. Okay, sorry. It's what we do in this house. We break it as show tunes. If there's a word, yeah. If there's a trigger, yeah. It's what we do. Okay, but anyway, over there on Simply Simple Stamping, up at the top, you're going to see tutorials. I think it says Let's Get Creative Tutorials. And I will have a button there for you that you can order it. And that is $8, and you will get the complete tutorial with everything that, like I said, everything that I talked about, everything that you need. What I love about doing these tutorials is that they are really, really thorough. So you have photos, you have written instructions, you know, like I said, I wanted to keep the template life size so that as you're working, you can make sure that, you know, you're getting everything the way you need. So anyway, I'm really excited to be able to offer that, but it was really fun to be able to share at least half the cards with you. I've hit my 40-minute mark, so we'll give it just a few more minutes because there's probably some questions coming in.
People are saying we're cute because we sing show tunes.
If you have a show tune request, throw it out there.
We got it.
Yeah.
I'll act out all 3 hours to Hamilton right
now.
Right
now, really? Yeah, let's do it.
Right now.
Okay. My house, we are one big show tune family. It's what we do. Anyway, so
Tammy said she'll have that song stuck in her head for the rest of the night.
Who will?
Tammy.
I love my show tune friends. You know, we're all about theater around here. Are there any questions before we close things up?
Debbie asked, so a minimum order of $20 will be enough to get the tutorial?
Yep. $20, of course, that's before tax and shipping. But here's the thing. Oh, and I should have mentioned this. September 1st is a magical day. The holiday catalog starts on September 1st. Ooh. Oh, you know what? I should have had one in here with me.
Grab it?
Yeah, go grab me one. Yeah, the holiday catalog will start September 1st. And I think it's like, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the morning or something is when it starts, Mountain Time. Very excited about the holiday catalog. I have been designing stuff like crazy. If you have your holiday, if you have your holiday catalog, do me a favor right now. Shoot me some love if you love the holiday catalog and you have yours. So if you are a customer of mine and you ordered in 2017, I had one mailed to you. Hopefully you have it. I really hope you have it. That's the one.
I found it.
That
was a journey.
Stampin' Up did my shipping for me.
You're getting lots of love.
Yeah. Oh, good. That means you guys like it. So this is going to start on September 1st. And there's one set in particular that, can I just say, it needs to be on everybody's list. Just put it on your list right now. Painted Harvest. Okay, it looks ugly. I know. It really does. It looks ugly, but trust me, this card is gorgeous, or this stamp set is gorgeous when it's stamped. It looks like watercolor. Beautiful set, I'm telling you. That's probably my all-time favorite. I've got some really cool stuff lined up.
Vanessa asked, how do we get the catalog?
Okay, a couple different ways. If you're a customer of mine, you, like I said, and you've ordered in 2017, you should already have it. If you're in the United States and you don't already have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. So head over to simplysimplestamping.com. You'll find my email address there, or my email address is connie.stewart@cox.net. Drop me an email and say, hey, I need a demonstrator and I need a holiday catalog. And then I will get one mailed out to you. Remember, that's only if you're in the United States, because this is a U.S. catalog. So anyone outside of the U.S., I'm sorry, but hopefully you can find a demonstrator in your area. So be sure to just do that. Just let me know that you need one and I'll get one mailed out to you. So, do you have anything else? Or
Donna asked, will you teach us how to use the Painted Harvest?
I will. You know what? Let me try to get that into upcoming Facebook Live. How about that? I'll see about doing that. Guys, that stamp set, it really is. It's like automatically watercolored. It's so pretty. Hey, can I give a quick shout out for tomorrow's Simply Simple Stamping post? I'm so proud of this. So you guys know on Thursdays I do Teach Me That, and I do picture tutorials. Look at tomorrow's card. I hope I'm in the camera. Isn't that beautiful? I have got one last hoorah before we end Aqua Painter August, and we're going to be doing some bleaching on cardstock. What? I know. It's really a pretty card. I'm really excited to share that with you guys tomorrow. So, if you don't currently subscribe to Simply Simple Stamping and you would like to get instant inspiration in your inbox Monday through Friday, I want to encourage you to go over there and subscribe, and that way you'll get a little email every morning and send you some fun, happy love and some great ideas. Guys, I'm loving doing these Facebook Lives. You guys know I like to edit and I like to keep my videos short, so this is a big stretch for me because these are very long videos and I know you guys aren't used to that. But I would like to kind of continue them maybe every 2 weeks. Same time, same bat channel, same bat time, however that goes. Yeah, we're going to do that. That. Okay. So anyway, we will be back with some more Facebook Live. And yeah, the upcoming ones will definitely be using the new products from the holiday catalog. I am so excited to get started on Christmas projects. The thing is, it's like 85 degrees right now. And so it's hard. But look at this one wrapped up in a sweater.
It's unicorn fur. It's so soft.
So yeah, we're going to be working on some Christmas stuff coming soon. So, all right, guys, I think with that, we're going to call it a night. Have a great night. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next Facebook Live. Mwah. Love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.